A TP-Link ban in the US. Is it time for a new router? It might be. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time today. We have a little bit of fireside. So good, so good. Hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a technology day. We're going to be talking about TP-Link. Now, let me preface this video with, I have recommended TP-Link, and I've done many videos with TP-Link, building a mesh network and all kinds of other things for the Starlink system. But as of today, I'm not going to be recommending them. Now, I'm going to get into an article that I believe it was CNET put together. There was a bunch of articles, but this one was pretty to the point, reworked it a little bit. But I want you to understand exactly what's going on before you make a decision, because this might affect millions and millions of people in the United States. This includes over 300 ISPs, internet service providers. So I want to bring this to your attention. I'm going to give you some alternatives also. Down below in this video, in the pinned comment as well as the description, I'm going to not only remove all of the TP-Link links that I have, pardon the pun, but I'm going to add new ones that I would recommend to be replacements thereof, let's say. So stay tuned to the end of this video, and then once again, don't forget to check below for those links. Now, before we get into this article, I just want to say that if you enjoy the content or you find value in it, throw it a thumbs up. That's very helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. If you are, I appreciate that. Click this little notification button over here so when I go live, when a new video comes out, you'll be notified of it immediately. If you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks, check them out over at JCristina.com/books. And if you want to say thank you for all of my hard work, there's a thank you button right there. You could give $1 or $2 if you like. If not, that's perfectly fine. The video is still free. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be even better. And finally, if you want more Starlink content, I put together about 390 videos just for you, all about Starlink. Helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy, and the why behind all of it. Because like I always say, this channel is always about the why. So let's jump right into this article, and then once again, I'll give you my commentary. And finally, down below, I want to hear from you. What do you think about all this? What are you going to do? And if you don't want to write anything down there because you're shy, just put an emoji down there. Put a poop emoji. I'm okay with that. Put whatever you like. That'll make me happy. At least I know you were here. The risk behind your internet connection. The heartbeat of your home and business internet, the unassuming router, could be at the center of a sweeping change. TP-Link, the dominant player in the US router market, faces a looming ban as federal authorities scrutinize its ties to cyberattacks linked to China. The question isn't just whether the ban will happen, but what it could mean for millions of Americans who rely on these devices. A network of vulnerabilities. For years, TP-Link has been the backbone of affordable home internet, yet behind its widespread popularity lies a growing storm. Reports allege that TP-Link's routers have been routinely shipped with glaring security flaws. Microsoft's October analysis named TP-Link devices as primary targets in a sophisticated Chinese password spraying attack, a breach so serious it was labeled as a nation-state activity. Even before Microsoft's findings, the red flags were hard to ignore. In August, Congress urged a full investigation of TP-Link, citing a, quote, disturbing combination of vulnerabilities and compliance with Chinese law. That's where people don't understand. Most of the companies in China are beholden, I should say all, to the CCP. And that's it. If the government says do this, they need to do it. If not, they're gone. So while many people think that each one of the companies that you see in China are their own private companies, they kind of are and they kind of are not. They are still beholden to the government, and whatever the government says goes. End of story. Lawmakers warned that these devices have been weaponized in cyber attacks on U.S. soil, calling the situation significantly alarming. Now, investigations by the Commerce, Defense, and Justice Department are well underway, with a potential ban inching closer. A subpoena issued by the Commerce Department suggests the possibility of TP-Link routers vanishing from shelves as early as next year. The power of affordability. TP-Link's success stems from unbeatable prices, routers that are half the cost as competitors like Netgear and Asus. But that affordability comes with questions. Investigators are probing whether TP-Link's pricing undercuts competitors to an illegal extent, violating federal laws designed to prevent monopolistic practices. There is a lot of monopolies in the US, but they are overlooked. We won't get into those in this video. It continues. A spokesperson for TP-Link denies such claims, insisting their products are no more vulnerable than any other brand. But cybersecurity experts aren't convinced. The sheer ubiquity of TP-Link devices, found in not just homes, but in sensitive government offices, poses a unique and troubling risk. A nation on the brink of change. The stakes are immense. Unlike Huawei's 2019 ban, which affected a limited US market share, TP-Link dominates 65% of the router landscape. More than 12% of the US homes rely on TP-Link devices, and over 300 internet providers, ISPs, supply their equipment. That's pretty big. If a ban is imposed, the fallout would ripple through millions of homes and businesses, forcing users to grapple with higher costs and fewer choices. The Biden administration faces mounting pressure to act swiftly. Meanwhile, a Trump administration in 2025 is expected to take an aggressive stance on Chinese companies, echoing prior crackdowns on tech giants like Huawei. The future of your connection. This isn't just a story about routers. It's about the trust we place in devices that power our lives. As 2025 approaches, the clock ticks on TP-Link's fate, leaving millions wondering, will we soon need to rethink how we stay connected? So this was a few articles I put together so that I can give you this information. I think that it kind of puts a bow on it. You get an understanding of exactly what's going on here. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I recommended TP-Link. I did a lot of installations with TP-Link. If you go back, when you're done with this video, not yet. If you go back to those 390 videos that I talked about that I created for you for SpaceX Starlink and mesh systems and how to do this, that, tips, tricks, and all the rest of the stuff, you're going to find there's a lot touching on TP-Link. Why is that? Well, it was affordable, and it still is. And that's one of the questions that they have. When you find a router from TreadNet or Asus or Netgear or someone else, the router is always more expensive. You get the exact same router with the exact same specs for $100. You're going to get it from TP-Link for $80. That same router is $300. You're going to get it from TP-Link for $200. That's just how it is. It's always well undercutting the competition. How is that a possibility? I don't know. Maybe because it's government funded. Conspiratorial, I guess, but it's possible. All right? And maybe these back doors are left open for a reason. Maybe there's not blatant code being put into the TP-Link, but it's just maybe something that's very benign as just leaving back doors or leaving things open, not locking them down like you know how to do. These are router companies. They understand security. I'm a system administrator. I work on security all the time. This is not rocket science. That's all you need to be is very diligent. And as things change, the landscape of cybersecurity changes, you need to change with the landscape and make modifications and corrections and force feed out those firmware updates. But they're not. Now, there's ways to take your TP-Link and lock it down. I'm not going to get into that in this video. If you guys want that, I'll do a video specific to that if you want to keep that. But if you want to replace that router that you currently have that's a TP-Link, once again, down below, I'm going to give you a bunch of choices. Now, a choice that I gave you 2 weeks ago was using a Raspberry Pi, right? This is a Raspberry Pi 4. There is a Raspberry Pi 5 out there. I used a 4 just so that I can show you that it can be done. I'm bringing into the studio fiber, gigabit, that's a gig up and a gig down. I'm bringing into the studio Starlink, also T-Mobile and AT&T. 4 different ISPs, and they're all being routed, or let's say the majority, through this little Raspberry Pi. So watch that video. Maybe I'll put a link to the video right here. If not, maybe I'll put a link down below in the pinned comment or in the description. Take a look at that video, all right? I talk about using a Raspberry Pi. The beauty of the Raspberry Pi is that it's open. Matter of fact, it uses OpenWRT as the platform that it's built on. And then it uses MWAN 3 to do multi-WAN, so you can plug in as many ISPs as you want, and it will do failover. So if there's one of the ISPs going down, it will just fail over to the next one. You won't even know that you're without an internet connection from that ISP. And the reason being, once again, it just moved you to the other and you just don't even know about it. That is the beauty of failover. So I talk about that in that video. Check that out. But for now, I want to know what you're doing. Are you going to stick with TP-Link or are you going to move to another router? Once again, I will give you suggestions down below that I believe are perfect alternatives to many of the best TP-Link routers. But bear in mind, if you look at the pricing, you're going to pay a little bit more for these other companies. That is just the way it is. And like I said at the beginning, I'm going to remove TP-Link links, yes, from my descriptions going forward until this gets hammered out. Because I'm not going to recommend something to you that could possibly put you in danger. Some type of attack, cyber attack, either out of the country or in the country, because the product is not secure. Once again, if you want me to do a hardening video on how to harden your TP-Link router, if you want to keep it, I will show you how to do it, and it will work. Unless there is some type of backdoor specifically put in there, what I tell you what to do will definitely work. So let me know if you want me to make that video down below in the comments. And as always, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all my photography tools and my merch and my tees and my shirts and my books and everything else. Pick something up. Once again, JCristina.com. I would really appreciate your support. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, stay secure, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We'll see you in the next one. Love y'all.